Two massive armies stand poised for a confrontation at Kṛṣṇa. This battlefield represents a decisive crossroads, where the weight of duty meets the overwhelming terror of complete loss. Arjuna, the greatest warrior of his age, is paralyzed. He drops his weapon and weeps, unable to reconcile his duty with the sight of his own family members standing on the opposite side. This breakdown isn't an act of cowardice. It is a moment of raw existential dread, the same fear every human faces when forced to imagine a world without the people they love. Kṛṣṇa observes that this suffering stems from a misidentification. We walk through the world believing we are the labels we've been given, our specific nationality, our family role, or even our biological species. To mistake this fragile, temporary shell for our true identity is the foundation of human illusion. It is the root of the pain Arjuna feels. Kṛṣṇa intervenes, assuming the role of the supreme teacher. He halts the momentum of the battle to deliver truths that have existed since the dawn of time. He tells Arjuna that mourning a physical body is as senseless as trying to save the clothes of a drowning man while letting the man himself sink beneath the waves. He introduces the Jivatma, the individual spirit soul. Unlike the body, the soul is never born, and it can never be destroyed. It remains unchanged even when the form around it is slain. In this view, the human body is a complex biological machine, a temporary dress that covers the Jivatma. We wear this dress for a time, but it is not what we are. Because the Jivatma is indestructible, the idea that death marks the permanent end of a person is a biological myth. If the core soul is eternal, what actually happens during the event we perceive as death? We observe this process within a single lifetime. As the body moves from childhood to old age, physical matter is in constant flux, yet the conscious observer remains. At death, the physical body breaks down, but the subtle body carries the soul to its next destination. The soul itself undergoes no change during this transition. It simply exits one failing machine and boots up another. What we fear as death is a profound change of dress. It is a relocation dictated by the expiration of our current biological hardware. This relocation follows the Vedic analogy of two birds in a tree. The active bird, the individual soul, hops between branches to consume material fruits. The second bird, the supersoul, sits silently in the same heart, observing the soul's actions without being swept away. The Paramatma acts as a supreme landlord. It observes the soul's persistent desires and provides the exact physical machine from millions of different species needed to act them out. There is no random chance here. We are the architects of our future forms, creating our next biological circumstances through our material appetites. How does a soul stop this cycle? How do we cease the constant acquisition of temporary bodies? The transition is governed by a specific rule. The state of being a person remembers at the moment they leave their body determines their next form. A life spent focused on material wealth or primal urges hardwires the mind. When the end comes, that consciousness naturally gravitates toward another material shell. The solution is bhakti, devotional service. This is the lifelong practice of shifting focus away from matter and toward a relationship with the Supreme. Breaking the loop requires us to curate our internal focus. We must elevate our desires from the temporary physical world to the eternal reality of the spirit. When the consciousness is trained, the physics of death change. The mind no longer seeks a new material womb. Instead, the soul enters the spiritual kingdom, attaining a body that is eternal, cognizant, and blissful. This marks the end of transmigration. Arjuna internalizes these truths. On the battlefield of Kṛṣṇa, he stands and picks up his bow, his face clear and his mind locked in focus. His fear vanished because he realized his relationship with the Supreme supersedes his temporary physical role as a soldier. By recognizing that we are not these changing forms, we link our consciousness back to the Supreme Soul. In doing so, we transcend the very cycle of death.